What up, my freaks? RuinusInsight here with part 3 of my Total War Warhammer 3 Sayl the Faithless Immortal Empires campaign. So as we saw last time, the Battle of the Betrayers saw Sayl cast down Village the Curseling and is moving now to... moving now to destroy the faction, or as I was about to say destroy the faction, but I noticed that the Red Fortress doesn't have this little icon beside it, Norsca region, meaning we'd have to use up our spoils to occupy it. Maybe it would be better to vassalize him after all. You know what, we'll give it one turn. We'll see what happens with the village himself. If possible, I would like to get Dolgan his defeat trade as well, but if it's not possible, since we have the Foundry of Bones, which was the critical thing for the vassalization, I think we'll make use of that. We could pop off a despoilment right now, since we don't care about the public order in this place, and yeah, why not? Alright, we'll pop despoilment right now, which gives us a free 1,000 gold and costs us a little bit of control, but it hardly matters, because this place generates no money anyway. Then, before I forget, we're going to pop off the manipulation and grab ourselves another magic item by annoying Mr. Kolek. I don't really care about Kolek, and I'd rather not schlep all the way over here and just to bring him down, especially since we have the maggot host now as a vassal. And we have a lot more dark altars to raise, and I mean a lot, so we'll see. Let's see what this does. We get, free Talisman of Preservation. Oh, I love this frickin' ability. An Armor of Destiny and the Talisman of Preservation early. It's pretty fantastic. We still have no weapon. No weapon here either. That's interesting. I was having a little bit of trouble with getting weapons in Dekala's campaign. Weird, but whatever. At least whatever for now. Talisman of Endurance. Oh, and BEARSTRUCK is 1 turn away. Alright, so screw everything else. Let's end the turn. Let's see if we can't get that BEORG. And, okay, we'll just keep ignoring these stupid little armies. At least they're annoying, these guys. We do want to try to capture Wei Jin fully for ourselves, because, I think I just saw a village die. Yeah. Is that... okay, I can't quite see... yeah, he's gone. Alright, we'll peace out with him then. Non-aggression pact with Clan Eshin. Do we want this? Honestly, no. I'd rather have a trade agreement with them. I don't really care about non-aggressing with them. We may be friendly with Eshin, we may not. Again, I don't want to quite do the same stuff in this campaign as I do in the Dekala campaign. So, while we will do some Cathay and stuff, we may also go to another place. What is taken? More post-battle chance of stealing magic items and magic item drop rate. Isn't it beautiful? And there it is, BEARSTRUCK, the greatest raider. The legend of BEARSTRUCK tells how he casts aside foes with ease, the great swipes of his claws knocking heads from shoulders and tearing arms from their sockets. First-hand accounts from the bearmen under your banner relate that above all else, BEORG despises the weakness of lesser leaders and is always restless, disinterested in the easy conquests amongst the tribes of the north. A demonstration of indiscriminate violence is required if this renowned savage is to be convinced you are capable of greater things. Raid mercilessly, and the bearmen will surely send word to their chieftain of your like-minded aspirations. Alright. I take it he's gonna buff the heck out of the bearmen. Murderous charge for himself. Ward save for the accompanying lord is nice. Replenishes movement after winning a battle. That admittedly is quite nice as well. Upkeep reduction, melee defense, and frenzy for bearmen. And vanguard deployment for bearmen. Ooh. That's nice. That's real nice. Yeah, I think that's so nice, in fact, that he'll probably want to have his own army, so we can temporarily put him in sales, but then send him elsewhere afterwards. Alright, ow, you gotta be kidding me. Are you already moving towards us? With Kolek as well, eh? You're not willing to peace out right now, are you? Okay, you know what? Maybe you will if we vassalize Village. Okay, so here's what we will do. Village, since you're out here and we don't really want to deal with you... and we easily could, but again, if we... yeah, this isn't a Norscan area, so we'll do this. We'll take your money. 7.7k? That's pretty nice. Alright, you're gonna be poor after this. 160? Okay, that's not happening, even with Foundry of Bones, but that's alright. It's not a big deal. And the reason it's not a big deal is the money is important anyway, A, and B... he's going to become friendly again afterwards. Yeah, see, it's going to -15, so it's just a little bit of time, and then he'll be friendly, and at that point, this will be upgraded to Tier 2 with another military building, and then we can vassalize him. So then, Sayl, I would like you to... I would like BEORG to go into your army. Alright, what do we have here, by the way? Alright, lose the unit of Marauder Spears. Like so. I think we can go without them. We need more Kurgan and stuff, and we want to eventually replace the Bearmen, but all good. You can travel as far as this place, so Sayl. Go right here. I was about to say raiding camp stance in our own territory, but I think, well, how much channeling will this give us? Huh, I thought this gave us additional mana. Did it not? Or is it regular rating? Oh, it's regular rating that does that. Alright, fine. Go here. We'll have BEORG join you for now, but we will split him off with a bunch of these bearmen, plus when we get the bearmen with the great weapons later on. We don't really care about Turtle Gate, we'll just start walking through it. BEORG, move into here. We will then have to, I think, prepare for Kolek. You are going to start moving this way, Mr. Tar. Like so. I'm going to say deliver Baelgar's extra troops to Tar then, rather than... Actually, How much would they cost to recruit? I don't remember. I'm just wondering if it would be cheaper to just delete them and re-recruit them here, because you're costing us 707 gold per turn. And we could probably save that while we move. I'm almost tempted to say if you're going to be moving, we might even be better off getting another lord here. And then have them recruit stuff. Rather than Baelgar. Maybe that is the best way to do it. Alright. Let's delete these guys, and whether I'm right or wrong, we shall see. You can be reset, we don't need you here, and yeah, we could have you follow along, but I'd rather save the cash, especially since Sayl's army for now is good, and you can make the delivery later. We do not yet have the ability to build more Kurgan, but we soon will. What we do want here is the Marauder Bearmen with great weapons, so we will upgrade you to Norse Village. And what about the Eastern Steppes? Okay, so we will want to upgrade the Watchtower here. Garrison's still kind of garbage. We gotta watch out, because this army will absolutely rip it apart. Oh, in fact... Yeah, maybe we'll want to move this way. Did I jump the gun a little bit? Depending on where you go. I'll probably go after Zatan now, so we'll see. Might even want to park an army here, Dragon's Crossroad. Alright, we'll build this thing because we need the growth in this particular location. You already have the growth from Marauders to Builders, and we can buff that up further, I think, in some manner. We do want to get Prophetic Seercraft for the additional research rate, so I think we'll do this. A Reminder of Strength will give us additional growth rate out of the Commandment, and then the construction cost for province capitals and settlements is useful, and then Prophetic Seercraft will enable us to research faster. Yeah, alright. Looks good to me, and I see that there is a allegiance and a relationship with the Chaos factions buff there as well, so we'll take advantage of that. You guys stay here, keep annoying the Celestial whatever, defenders, loyalists. Let's see how loyal they remain after all of their lands are despoiled by Norsca. Alright, Ensign skill points are good. Wait, Sayl, actually. You have Twisted Seer of the Wastes now. Spell intensity plus 20, wins a magic -2 for all lore spells that he has. Cooldown, and 2 more uses of the Night Maw. Alright, good. You're not my real Maw. Alrighty, end the turn. Let's see if Kolek's armies start, or continue, I should say, moving towards us. As if they do, aha. So Zatan is dead. I guess these guys have gotten another defeat trait, but, you know, or gotten that defeat trait for themselves as well. At the same time, though, it's fine because he'll come back hopefully with a better army than he currently has. And I wonder where Lothar here is going. To Nangao? Okay, I really doubt that you're going to be able to manage that. Followers of the Great Eagle Marauder Chariots. Oh, that'll help defend against this. Alright, well, either way, you're going to have to keep moving. I think we'll take the extra turn of healing, or recruiting, rather. So, let's get a Marauder Chieftain. Enemy leadership reduction versus Tactician, which is a solid buff. I'm going to say go with the Tactician. I think both are quite fine. Alright, do this. And if you're wondering why I went for the Chieftain rather than another Sorcerer, it's because I think that with these buffs, we'll probably get more for the Bearmen. Ooh, armor and physical resistance, for example. Why is Nurgle always the best? We'll get more for them than we otherwise would. Now, Norscan Ice Trolls, Skin Wolves. That's an option. They're the same cost as ice trolls. You know, let's get a couple of ice trolls, I think, and not necessarily for the Bearman army. I figure since we saw that BEORG can give the Bearmen all Vanguard deployment, we'll probably want his entire army capable of Vanguard deployment. I don't know whether Skinwolves can, but just in case they can. It might be that you have to use a Werekin to get them that, so, yeah. Anyway, you are gonna go this way. We'll see if you dare to attack Sayl. And then we'll raise Omei for money. Oh, Sayl leveled again. Isn't that lovely? Let's finally get you Dreadmaster, immunity to Psychology, and then we'll go for Ardent Abominations afterwards. Lovely. And gotta bump up those Etten capabilities. Actually, speaking of Etten, we are going to use 522 spoils in order to upgrade you. Like so. And we got one more turn until we can start building Kurgan Horsemen. Also, are we able to do anything here? Oh. Basic Marauders are one turn, eh? Anything else one turn? We can get a couple more of these guys here. Build another army and maybe send them this way. If Koleg doesn't want peace, we can have somebody other than Sayl move up there. Yeah, why not? Get a couple Marauder Hunters with throwing axes. I like it. Looks decent to me. I'm surprised the dogs are 2 turns, whereas Marauder Hunters with throwing axes are 1. If only the Javelineers were tier 2 or 2, but we already have several here, which admittedly some of them will need to send to Sayl, so prepare for sending off some of these Marauder Bearmen with BEORG. Anyway, I digress. Let's get to some of those Cathay fights. A Beast Tamer for you at the Dragon Crossroad. How's that relationship looking? Ah, better. Alright. No manipulations, no need for the Monstrous Arcanum as yet, and the turn, please. Let's see if they dare to attack us. Hey, indeed they do. Beautiful to see. That's a lot of Jade Warriors and Jade Crossbows, but I'm sure we'll be fine, and I'd love to see BEORG in action. Go.
I see our foe. With my considerable talents and your raw strength, we will emerge victorious!
Alright, here Sayl's chariot ran into the tree and got stopped. Anyway, here we go. BEORG BEARSTRUCK is now on the field, and he's a big boy, looking pretty angry. We'll see if Skinwolves have Vanguard deployment to see if we can put some with him and his Bearmen. But I'm excited to see what lengths or levels or strength the final sort of version of the Bearman will end up being by the end of the campaign. Otherwise, we're going to move Sayl towards the enemy army, who are awaiting their reinforcements, to annoy them with a little bit of spell work, as we do. As I was starting to say when Sayl ran into that tree and made me laugh, driver crashing. What was I going to say? There we go, Penumbral Pendulum going through the ranks, but the enemy entire army moved just as we got that spell off. That was kind of interesting. I wonder if they dodged it on purpose or it was just a coincidence that the enemy decided to move towards us now rather than awaiting the reinforcement. Oh well, we got other spells for them. A Wind Blast will hit them and Sayl will back off a teensy bit, though if the Crowmen want to touch down and attack him, I'm sure he can take him out just fine. I would like to see his chariot in melee as well. I wonder if he uses that sort of skull eye blast attack that he uses on foot when on the chariot. It would be disappointing if he doesn't. I imagine he wouldn't use it one on the Warmouth, and that's what I was starting to say before I interrupted myself like 6 times, and yes, he does still use that attack. Nice. The nice thing about the Mammoth is obviously the additional melee capabilities, the huge additional melee capabilities, plus the additional HP that it offers. The less nice thing is that the Mammoth is obviously going to be slower and less maneuverable. Alright, anyway, looks like the poor Crowmen, fragile as they are, get torn to shreds by Sayl. He does have magical attacks after all, and these guys are pretty vulnerable to it, relying on their physical resistance to stay. Looks like the enemy Vanguard, well, the Peasant Horsemen will directly charge the Bearmen, but that seems like a terrible idea, and the poor Horsemen will get torn to shreds by I was about to say by axe and something alike, but it's just axes. It's axes all the way down, whether hit in the face by a flying axe or just swung by a bearman. There we go. Bounce of power, well, is not going to shift in any significant way. It's just a few peasants dead, and we still have a massive pile of Jade Warriors to contend with. BEORG is now in combat. I'd like to see if he has any interesting or unique animations against the against infantry, like infantry executions. Oh, does he have magical damage? Curiosity. Well, the Etten does, and it's here. BEORG does. Oh, wait. He does because he's in Sayl's army, and everything in Sayl's army has magical damage. Oh well, speaking of Sayl and magical damage, a second Penumbral Pendulum has hit the Jade Warriors, this time doing massive amount of damage to 2 units, while the rest of the enemy army has now started to close the distance. And going to try to get the spells off with the Etten Rune Collar. And there's that use of our Night Mom mowing down enemy Jade Warriors as well, while both our Fimmer Noble and BEORG move through the units and are going to go towards the heroes that the enemy has. Heroes and lords, I should say. Alright, it looks like the Etten is trying to move somewhere. Why don't you just attacking those Jade Warriors? I don't know, all good. Gonna bring down a Chain Lightning on the enemy, or I wish a Chain Lightning on the enemy, a Uranon's Thunderbolt on the enemy. The Jade Warriors and the Marauder Bearmen are fighting in even combat so far. Interesting. I mean, it kind of makes sense. Jade Warriors are much more defensive and much more attack-oriented, so I guess they sort of even out. Anyway, some Kurgan horsemen have arrived and moved in to help BEORG, but not so much actually because he needed it, but because he wanted to break out of that formation to move towards the enemy lords and heroes. The Noble has found an enemy magistrate while BEORG runs through those Jade Warriors and tries to also go after a What the heck was that? He just hit the air? I think he was trying to go after this Lord Magistrate who is attempting to escape. I mean, I would run too. That you would. Alright, there we go. Alright, the bounce power is at about 80% in our favor now, and BEORG's going to keep giving chase, sending Jade Warriors flying as that poor magistrate attempts to flee for his life. The main enemy stack with those Jade Warriors that engaged our Bearmen are, by the looks of it, getting overrun. Etten's still towering over them as well. I'm still on the fence as to how many Etten we want in this army. Again, if we use piles of Kurgan horses and piles of Etten, we could have an entire Vanguard deploying army under Sayl. If we end up using Bearmen and champions, Marauder champions, then they wouldn't be able to. But it's something to think about as we tech up and level up and all that. Anyway, with that, the enemy army shatters, their main host destroyed by the Bearman pile, and their lords and heroes defeated by our own, with the somewhat exception of Sayl, who's just been riding down enemy archers on his chariot, rather than, not taking advantage of that. A lovely little fight. Oh, and he attacks with the Viper's staff on the chariot as well. That's good to see. It's certainly making me consider keeping him on the chariot. We'll see what he's like on the Mammoth. Maybe he has some unique animations on it as well. We haven't seen it yet, after all, or at least I haven't. Anyway. Alright, there we go. Nice fight. Couldn't quite chase everything down, but, there's a distinct lack of more than 2 Kurgan horsemen. So as soon as those guys rise in number, we'll be good. 50k damage nearly for Sayl. Very solid. He's starting to be a menace with his spells and, well, the chariot or the mount. It doesn't really matter as long as he has something to allow him to move forward faster and benefit from that and his spell work. We can sacrifice the captives or heal slightly. I believe we're in a raiding camp, so we will heal to full anyway, so we're free to take the money as we will be continuing to recruit. Lovely. Alright, let's see how quickly we can level Mr. BEORG and get that Vanguard deployment up and running. And the Kola guys are approaching. I gotta double check about peace with them. Don't worry, we'll kill him later, but it's just that, again, I really don't like fighting like on like, or even similar on like in this particular case. Minus 15, not horrible. Ooh, hello, what do we have here? Maggot Host wants us to defeat some guy, and some guy. Miao Ying herself is out here. Ooh, hello, ooh. She's gonna go after these guys, isn't she? Alright, we'll move them in a second. I don't really care about any of these guys, but nonetheless, we will go for Pome and raise it, I take it? We'd need to spend spoils, and oh wow, we're at minus 1,100? Okay, that's a fair bit. We're about to get even more negative. But oh well. We need the spoils for upgrading this thing so that we can get Marauder Bearmen with great weapons. That's going to cost us another 348, so I'm disinclined to waste them. We no longer need this here. We will need the Slavers' camp there, and we will want to get the Chaos Totem to start getting those Shaman Sorcerers, as BEORG's army will need one. Admittedly, we will also... Wait, we already... Huh. Oh wait, that's this building that we already have, meaning we want the fog-shrouded fens as well. Because we want both. Let's start with the sorcerer building, we'll build the other one there. Alright, how's the money looking everywhere else? Non-existent. How's that vassalage of village? Foundry of bones to ya. Minus 57, it'll get there, don't you worry. Working on it. Alrighty, so you're... Worshippers of the Crow, Dragon Ogres, Chaos Trolls. Huh. I feel like he won't be able to reach us in one go, so you guys... who do we want to come in as a reinforcement? Do you have a mount, out of curiosity? 35 speed, and then you... I'll say, I find it weird that some units don't start with mounts. Like, you know, you'd think the Marauder Chieftain would have the single horse in the village, but anyway. Put those in there. Yeah, we should be able to hold them off just fine. We still need to build Kurgan, though, so... You can sit there and come in as a reinforcement, I guess. You can help hold the line longer. Methinks. Alrighty, so we have them unlocked now, I take it. Where be ye? Yes, Kurgan horsemen with great weapons. Another 217 upkeep. Oh, wow. And the Etna are going to be another 400 soon. Well, it may or may not be somewhat iffy, but gotta do what you gotta do. Alrighty, what else do we got? Sayl, you are going to assail the settlement of Pome right now, and yeah, we'll ignore you. And garbage settlement, auto-resolve, garbage garrison. And we will raise this for money and a little bit of, huh, wait, oh, Chaos Altars are actually cheap. They cost barely any spoils. Huh. Alright, well, we need to raise altars, I guess, then. I assume we can sack it and still raise the altar, right? Because we don't really care about leveling them so much as just using them to unlock stuff. It's not like they provide us a lot of benefits anyway. Alright, fine. Sack it first. We clearly need money. And Brutes of the Hound available, and then now you can still raise the Chaos Altar. We get spoils for raising altars. Fair enough. Alright, and what does this do for our faction? Nothing really. Alright, what's the cost to repair? 465. We will pay it, and I guess for now, we will build the marauding militia. The garrison here is still going to be absolute garbage, but, campaign movement range in local province. Campaign movement range in adjacent provinces. I'm just seeing if there's anything useful. Aha. Income from post-battle loot from adjacent regions, but this thing could get destroyed as soon as it gets attacked by anything, really, so it's kind of iffy still. Is this worth it, then? Probably not. I'm not even sure the marauding militia is worth it, but we'll get it up, I guess? Slaneshi giggle? Fine, do it. There we go. We need 2 more to get the first tier unlocked. You two need to move away from Miao Ying. I don't know how far she can travel. You're not really making us any money, but it amuses me. Let's move you this way. And hope that she can't go that way herself. And then you can go this way as well. Fine. And if she can't, she can. There's not much we can do about it. Go, go, go. Come on. There you go. Alrighty. And Land of Stone and Steel. Let's uncollect the income here, at least for now. Any of these useful? We could do... Huh. Oh! Marauding is faction-wide? Oh, wow, I thought it would be within the individual province, but apparently not the case. When's our next item manipulation? In 2 more turns. Alrighty, still liking those. Heroes, do we have anything available yet? No, but we're working on it, so skip on by, and end the turn. Probably could have leveled Sayl. Well, actually, speaking of Sayl, let's start moving him towards Miao Ying. I want her defeat trait. A little bit concerned about these guys retaking Dragon's Crossroad, but maybe they can be kept back either by Lothar or these piles of Chaos Dwarfs. We shall see. And, I do notice that these guys are still moving towards us, so they're still willing to... Okay, no trade for you. I might still kill you. Confederation, Saberskin and Mountain Eaters, and not our problem. Aha, alright, so Sayl, you go here. You're a sneaky fella. I'd like you to go into ambush stance right there. Then I would like these pathetic little armies to go into stance, whatever stance, right behind Sayl. And we'll see if we can't be tricksy with them and get Miao Ying. Lovely. Speaking of, let us now get the... yeah, no, Ardent Abominations, not Hardened Monstrosities. We don't yet have any Monstrous Arcanum units, but we will. We will. Anyway, we could upgrade Fearsome Warriors, depending on whether we actually want Marauder Champions in this army, depending on how many Etten we actually want. I'm gonna have to think about that. Funnily enough, just like BEORG's army, Etten can Vanguard deploy, and so can Kurgan Horsemen. Actually, right now, the only things soon that won't be able to Vanguard deploy are the regular Marauders in this army. Basically, the entire army will be able to. Huh. At least while we use the Bearmen before we split them off. Anyway, let's grab Empower and Exploit then. Yeah. Just to max this out, this gives us more Winds of Magic and Power Reserve faction-wide, as well as capacity for Shaman Sorcerers, which we're about to start building. I wonder if they have any army buffs that we may want to put in there. Yes. Anyway, Sayl needs more Kurgan. More great weapons? We need the armor-piercing damage. Yeah, start building more great weapons. Minus 2,000 gold per turn. Okay, we really gotta make our delivery. Tar, stay here for 1 more turn.
What now?
We'll delete you next turn.
Immediately.
Actually, how's that piece looking? Minus 14, okay. I think once we defeat the army, we can peace out with them and then send these guys down to raise more altars in Cathay so that we can get the Dark Ritual going. Anyway, skip. Wait, did I? Level 12, alright, so we should start keep saving those points, which is fine. Ooh, armor-piercing weapon damage +3 for army. That's nice. That's real nice. Do you want any items, sir? We could get you the... No, we can't get you the Berserker's Headband because that buffs the Bearman. Alright, fine. Or the Talisman of Endurance. Grab the Huskarl plates then. Actually, Helmut Discord is probably the better pick here. Charm Shield, Sheet of Talos. I don't think we care enough about Wand of Jet and Power Stone, but at the same time... yeah, just fuse them. Into a Scroll of Aramar, which is not that much better. Alright, fine. Oh well. You don't need a Charmed Shield, and like, once again, we have no weapons, because weird. Ranger's Standard. I guess while Sayl is on that chariot, we can put that on him until we can get him a Banner of Swiftness or something else. End the turn. Building. Mountain's End, what do we have here? You will be upgraded to tier 3, and you will be getting our Fog-Shrouded Fens. Beautiful. Alright. Ooh, Etten are recruitable now. Oh, exciting times. End turn. Miao Ying. There's a decent chance that even if the ambush fails, she'll still attack us, so... Yep, ambush failed, and she's actually gonna go after Vidamar. Huh. Wait, does that mean Vidamar picks up her defeat trait? Somewhat concerning. Can these armies pick up her defeat trait? I don't know. Wait, what if we retreat with Vidamar's army? What will happen? Let's try it. Retreat. Will you now attack... You'll now attack Valmir. Okay, fine. Retreat Valmir. And now you'll attack Sayl. Okay. I know, we'll have less troops, so we'll be fine, I'm sure. Oh, the Sky Junk. What are we gonna do about you? We have basically no anti-air. Alright. 2 Marauder Hunters with throwing axes. You best chuck those axes real high and knock that Sky Junk down. It's the only thing you can do. Go.
The other side is a maddening hailstorm of
Alrighty, here we go. Miao Ying is against us here, and much as I'd love to send a BEORG BEARSTRUCK against her and see how he can handle the dragon, unfortunately, you may notice that he's missing. Perhaps she should be renamed BEORG BEARSTRUCK Down, as it seems an assassin has taken him off the field prior to this battle. Anyway, we're gonna move Sayl up, and he's going to launch his shark teeth spell, the item magic missile that he has against the sky junk, which does a decent little bit of damage to it as we head towards those enemy artillery pieces who, looks like they're actually focusing Sayl down rather than the Etten. Actually somewhat makes sense considering the deployment here by the AI is not so great, and the grand cannons, unlike the sky junk, weren't really able to fire over the hill. In the meantime, it's time to distract as many enemy units as we can with our Bearmen. Hurt they may be, but not so hurt that they can't fight. Mr. Sayl's been absorbing a lot of hits, but he had to close the distance as fast as he could and allow the Kurgan to follow him in to combat. Probably one of the last fights where we only have 2 of the Kurgan horsemen with him. Soon he'll have plenty more to rely upon. They are still a sort of medium light cav and are still going to be fragile throughout the game, but it'll mean for some units that, we'll have to work for the victory with, which is a nice thing. Celestial crossbows are getting kind of obliterated by the Bearmen, which is almost surprising because the Celestial Dragon crossbows are pretty decent melee fighters, but significantly better in SFO. The last time I played Miao Ying, I ended up using them as her sort of melee line, essentially. And it worked out fairly well. Alrighty, how are we doing? Skyjunk is down to about 25% of its HP, taking axe after axe after axe. Apparently the axes aren't quite enough to penetrate those hot air balloons, but, at some point, one of those poor crewmen is going to get hit. More importantly, there we go. Sayl hits it with another magic missile, and the Skyjunk will get knocked out of the sky. Now it's just junk. I know it's not, I know that's not how it's pronounced, it's just funny, shut up. Anyway. The enemy army with that is lost a lot of its elites. The Celestial Dragon crossbows are out and the artillery are all gone. Of course, Miao Ying is still in combat, but as one of those super tanky lords, we're not wasting too much of our resources on bringing her down, as we certainly don't want to spare those resources. Gotta use them on taking everything else out. She's not unbreakable, and she will rout like so as soon as the rest of her army is done. Speaking of unbreakable, however, the Jade War Drum, Jianggu War Drum, is in fact unbreakable. So we will have to take it down, but it's not the biggest of priorities, and we'll use our other units to chase enemies and throw a few axes its way as well. Usually, this is one of the things I would target very much in the beginning of the battle, because, support units are quite nice. But in this particular case, the War Drum was rather far from the rest of the army, and we were able to essentially pin it down. Nice hit from that Fimmer Noble. I mean, getting bonked with one of those giant mauls is gotta be pretty painful. I mean, look at that. The head of the maul is roughly the size of the oxen there. It's a biggin. Anyway, a lovely little fight. Miao Ying's out, and we get her defeat trade. Alrighty, there we go. Worked out fairly well against Miao Ying there. We got her defeat trait now, and we won't be able to heal here, so I think we're gonna have to still take the money, maybe? She's escaped as well, so we should be able to get heals after chasing her down, I would imagine. Sayl got a solid 30k damage, and otherwise we were able to hold off the Jade Warriors and obliterate their back line, front line, and all lines. The magic missile also really helped against us that fat target of a Skyjunk, as otherwise the Marauder Hunters with throwing axes were taking a long time to bring it down, but still bringing it down, slowly but surely. Sacrifice the captives. And what is this? Really? Alright, she can have it. She can have it. I don't care. We could over... And the thing is, I don't think this army would be able to kill Miao Ying herself. We could max speed it. I max speed it just for fun. And just to chase down the other peasant troops. I guess Miao Ying isn't unbreakable, so I guess the question will be whether killing the peasant troops will force Miao Ying to rout off the battlefield. Silly though this may be, and completely doesn't matter. But it would give her bonus XP and money for killing these guys off, so give them a few extra seconds of fight. Alright, let's do that. Alright, start battle, max speed, go, go. Alright, you guys go after the birds, and you two will go after these things. Like so, max speed, go, 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 go. This is gonna be silly. Alright, Empress Crowman, you guys have a bomb drop ability, which is probably going to hurt one of our units pretty severely, I would imagine anyway. Alright, Miao Ying is going to pop off some spells, and she's going to slow down that one unit. Alright, fair enough. Alright, and speed back up to max. Go, go, go. Where's that bomb drop that we're waiting for? You will ignore Miao Ying for now, and oh, looks like this unit's going to be severely damaged. Alright, she's going to transform and get her... Okay. Are those crowmen just flying around? What are you doing? Alright, you go after Miao Ying now, and she's gonna drop the bombs on her own troops? What the heck are they doing? Why is the AI so weird? Alright, speed up to max then. Alright, go, go, go. Oh, our units will just get terrified off the map anyway. But whatever, cut down those peasants best as you can, and oh yeah, Miao Ying's a wrecking face. And the crowmen still haven't touched down. The heck? Alright, well, I was hoping to induce elemental instability, but if they're gonna just keep doing this... And just keep chucking your javelins at them, barely doing any damage with that as well. Alright, well, at least the peasant units are dead, and then we just keep on attacking while the crowmen keep on afloating. You know what? Screw the crowmen, target Miao Ying, speed back up, you and you. Try not to blob up too much. She does a lot of splash damage, so... Alright, we haven't landed yet? Nope. Okay, ignore the crowmen and go after... Ooh, Lord's nearly dead. But keep annoying Miao Ying, I guess. Huh. Maybe the AI lost the ability to control those guys. I don't know what's going on here. Alright, well, I don't really care if you die. I just want Miao Ying to drop. It's not like we have another army to get her defeat rate anyway. One more hit from her will also kill off Mr. Lord here. Come on. Come on. Will the crowmen at last be forced to land once Miao Ying has flown? Come on, there you go, there you go. And... keep falling. Okay, keep... oh, you're gonna run out of ammunition. Oh, she's gonna escape like no HP. And, really? Oh, she's back, okay. And she's gone again. What the heck is wrong with this game? And she's back again. Oh, the silliness. Okay. And she's gone again. Ugh. Are you guys gonna land? Now? Please? I regret using any ammunition on these guys. What are you doing? Alright, I assume they're going to land as soon as she flies up, and they're just going to elemental instability. Okay, okay, fucking weirdo game. Alright, there we go. But at least this army isn't destroyed. Do we care about this army? Not at all. I take it they won't get any bonus spoils either. Huh, I wonder if there's text that will increase the size of the despoiler armies, or whatever these things are called. Pillager armies? 154 kills and probably solid amounts of damage on her, but we got free cash. You've served a purpose now. And out of curiosity... army retreats, ambush foil. Do you get her defeat trait, traits gained on Vetamar? Yes, you do. And what is this? Oh, right. Okay, I didn't forget about you, but I'm almost surprised that you're attacking. We got a little bit of troll on troll action as the Norsca Ice Trolls will face off against the Chaos Trolls and Dragon Ogres, but we should have sufficient Marauder Hunters with javelins to be able to deal with the enemy. Do wish we had a little bit more in the way of Kurgan horses, and maybe I should have gotten a regiment of renown in here or two, but I'm hoping we'll be fine. Go. Alrighty, here we go. The Heralds of the Tempest are moving in, bringing many a monster to the fray, including 3 Chaos Spawn, 3 Trolls, and the Dragon Ogre unit as well. We're going to start the battle off by annoying the enemy on the flank, looking to take out their fast elements, the Warhounds, and the enemy... I don't remember the name of the Regiment of Renown yet, but the Marauder Horsemen. Oh, this is a regular Marauder Horseman. Then where's the Regiment of Renown? I guess it's over here, with the other Warhounds. Makes sense. Anyway, the first Warhound unit is dead, but it looks like the enemy has peeled off a unit of Trolls to protect the unit of Marauder Horses. It actually works quite well for us, as we're going to try to lead the Trolls away with our own Marauder Horses and distract them for the course of the battle, while the Kurgan Horsemen tear through those poor Marauder Horsemen as well. Ah, see, this is why fighting like-on-like units are enemies, and does tend to get confusing. Anyway, Riders of the Mighty Serpent are moving towards us, and it looks like they're going to want to send a few javelins our way, or specifically the way of those happy little Norsca nice trolls. You'll get, and yeah, I guess we want to move towards Throg and Wulfric, don't we? Otherwise, how will we confederate them? Gotta beat them up. Well, like I said, I didn't want to necessarily spend a crazy amount of time in Cathay either. Gotta spread out to the Norscan lands. Alright, anyway, the javelins come on in. They're gonna damage the Marauders, but foolish of the enemy to do this because it presents an opportunity for our own javelins to be chucked at those horsemen. And our anti-large javelins do quite good work at this sort of thing. 2 volleys only takes them down to 15% of their HP. And a couple of more javelins send them on their way. Here come the monsters, however. We've set up the army in such a way that where we have, obviously, the melee in front, with the Norscan Ice Trolls there to anchor the line such that the enemy monsters cannot simply break through the Marauder ranks and thus go to our range units in the back. Behind them, as our second line, our Marauder Hunters with throwing axes, who I'm expecting to then take up the slack once these guys have broken. All the while, the Marauder Hunters with javelins do all the damage to the enemy monsters. That's the plan, at any rate. And we got, it's certainly a target-rich environment with the monstrous units. We're going to also send our Marauder Chieftain to hold back the Dragon Ogres while we target them with all of those javelins. Yeah, if we don't put any javelins in Sayl's army, it's going to be difficult to do all those monster hunts, which are so reliant on all that anti-large damage, eh? Although I wasn't really intending to keep all of these monster hunting anti-large units in Sayl's army. I'll think about it. Sayl does want some of those Monstrous Arcanum units as well. Anyway, the javelins are flying into the enemy. Looks like the Dragon Ogres have been annihilated with about, I don't know, 2% of their HP remaining. One of the units of Trolls, however, over on the left flank has broken through as our own unit of Trolls, Ice Trolls, have broken. Fortunately, we do have a decent amount of units to hold the tide back, and the enemy Trolls, like our own, have low leadership and will book it on out of there. Chaos Spawn, however, together with the piles of Forsaken, are still in it, and the Chaos Spawn are unbreakable and will have to be brought down, every one of them. But it's working out. We have managed to peel that other unit of Trolls away as planned by the Marauder Horsemen, which will continue to distract them, while our Kurgan Horsemen have arrived and are working on annoying the enemy, A and B, and to make sure that they get chased down. Alrighty, and it looks like we're in pretty good shape. The balance power shifts to about 80% in our favor, and certainly this could have gone anybody's way, but we kind of rock, paper, scissored the sort of unit types, and it's working for us. There we go. More Chaos Spawn fall under those javelins. Even the Lord is having a pretty bad time of it, down to about 50% of his HP, and with that, it looks like the Heralds of the Tempest army will break, leaving the corpses of their monsters behind, while the Forsaken flee for their lives. And it looks like the Trolls as well, because they broke faster, but they are to be chased down by the Kurgan. At least, that's the plan. Lovely work. Alright, there we go. A Pyrrhic victory as the enemy were able to break through our lines, but obviously the anti-large javelins that we built specifically to be anti-monster worked out fairly well for us. We're gonna take the money, as I assume these guys won't be back. And of course the ice trolls helped in holding the line as well. Beautiful. Alrighty, now, just out of curiosity, BEORG, I take it you were... Yep, immediately assassinated. A legendary hero assassinated by some dinky level 3. Frickin' jerk faces. Anyway, defeated Miao Ying Lord's army, gets a melee defense +3, a lovely defense trait, and Vitamar gets it too. It's too bad that these guys can't, you know, I feel like if they should defeat a legendary lord, they should get the opportunity to be promoted, you know? And, these guys are gonna take Terracotta Graveyard, aren't they? Well, they're garbage piles of units, so maybe they will, maybe they won't. I don't think we care that much where the dark altars are mostly. And we killed in battle. We do care about Wei Jin, however, so I think we will still go for it, though. Oh, wow. Celestial Loyalist, Celestial Dragon Garden Crossbows, and the Sky Lantern. Well, the Sky Lantern, okay, but it's a lot scarier in SFO than it is in vanilla. Have Thor, you don't need that potion of toughness. And just out of curiosity, how long will BEORG be gone for? Fine, Inquisitor destroyed, Ambusher discovered, technology completed, wounded for 2 turns only. Okay, it's not that bad. Annoying, but not bad. I guess you go after Miao Ying again. Maybe get an item from her if possible. City of the Shugengan, I guess we could go there and then loop back around. Mingzhu, I wonder if it's full of rats. Anyway, Sayl kill. And auto-resolve, and items, Steelies. She had a green arcane item, something. Okay, looks like we can't reach this. Alright, so go into and camp and raid, and then raid Wei Jin to get a little bit of money while you heal up and get ready to hit the city of Shugengan. Huh. 2 Medusa and then Dark Rider's weird little army. You guys go into raiding stance and keep annoying these guys. Oh, we're able to use you as garrison forces? Oh, that's kind of interesting. I never thought about that. You know what? You go into Pomei, you go into raiding stance here. Never really thought about the idea of actually putting these guys as garrisons, because they don't cost us anything. Interesting. Alrighty, have Thor. Alrighty, so Tar and have Thor. You're not going to be able to reach these guys who are still not willing to peace out. Oh, that's annoying. And the reason it's annoying is we'll have to... actually, wait. Idea. You go here, go into ambush stance. 45 still, alright, go here. Even further. Go here. Maybe we can bait them into attacking this army and dying. The possibility. Dominating presence for you, sir. And I guess you'll want to save points for rank 12. You will need to save 5 points, though, so you're free to go into Root Marcher at least. And since you're going to be leading Bearmen, we're going to start moving through Fearsome War. No. Norse Resilience is what we need. Dominating Presence and Norse Resilience. There we go. Alrighty, hopefully that works out. What do we got in terms of buildings? Let's get another Slaver's Camp. We will upgrade you with our spoils, Raiders Bazaar. And, we have one of these, and we have this thing here to give us skin wolves. Is there anything else we need? We have this. Is there any military structure that we need, that we're missing? I guess we could build another one of these Cave of Dark Offerings, but at the same time, we may want to get a Horde Pit. That's a little bit of money generation, but not a lot. We will be recruiting here, but the smithy should better be built in the Dark Tower instead. Loot pile, sacking settlements, 1. Again, eventually we'll stack enough of these, and including the post-battle loot, but minus 50 spoils per turn is a fair bit for us right now. It'll eventually not be, but right now it is. Loot pile. Still thinking the capacity is probably worth more to us, unless there's something that will give us additional capacity, and I'm not sure that there is. Let's double check the Dark Tower here. Shaman Sorcerer capacity, Fimir Nobles and Fimir Balefiend capacity, and no, doesn't look like it. We wouldn't want to build these in main structures, so I guess for now we'll build it here. Maybe we'll even pop up to Skinwolf Werekin and then delete it after. It's a possibility. And we'll probably want additional capacity out of... Wait, do these don't give us capacities in... Oh, we only get capacities otherwise out of the main territories, don't we? Huh, that's annoying. But deal with it. All good. Alrighty, who else needs to do things? Nobody needs to do things. Huh. Oh, I was gonna say, get the public order thing again, but that's not gonna happen, is it? As in, take the money from it. We're still losing money. Need to do more things. This army was kind of unnecessary. Well, it was necessary, but you know what I mean. Anyway, end turn. Let's see if this ambush pans out. And northern provinces. Oh, you want peace now, eh? 5,000. It's a fair bit. 10,000. We could raid them and... Yeah, but then who would we attack while we do this? There's nobody else here, even though I would like the 10k. I mean, we could go to the Dark Elves. And this would only take one turn to take out. Maybe we take at least this place and then... Get the 10k? I don't know. I don't know if it's worth it. In reality. I don't want to move around not fighting anybody. We could move to fight the Dark Elves. On the one hand, they would be friendly, and I wouldn't mind their monsters in some of our Norscan army. Hey, this kind of worked. Auto-resolve. And free Razor Standard. Very nice. And we will take the money for obvious reasons. Lovely. Alright, now how does Kolek feel about peace? Because I'd like to send you south of the wall for now. Bloody blades or bloody armor? Oh wow, all armies. I'm gonna say usually it's melee defense and armor that is more valuable than melee attack and damage, because we already have that in spades. Let's give this a read. Your warrior smiths come to you with an intriguing idea. If they mix blood from the most recent sacrifices into the very metal they are working, they believe the gods will approve, and either make the weapons stronger or make the armor more effective. But how should they use the blood iron? For arms or for armor? The fact that it took you this long to come up with this disturbs me greatly. Armor of blood. Karazakrak and Berkvar Confederation, there's that Razor Standard, which we... You know what, Half-Thor, can keep it. Mountain Scout, no, that's going to Sayl. And Varag's Beast Tamer recruitment reduction for... Whoa, did that include Etten? Because...
Slaughter the sheep.
I guess you should recruit it then. Alright, fine. Tar. Oh, you were the one that got this? Yeah, take this out. We will have... Well, actually, it depends on whether we can peace out with these guys for now. Yes, we can. Huh, they're almost willing to vassalize, funnily enough. But yeah, we'll take your money. And we'll ignore it for now. We can always redeclare war on you and force Tamarkan to attack it. Tamarkan? We vassalized you ages ago and you haven't built a single unit? Huh, I wonder if the warriors of... Okay, so the enemy warriors of Chaos faction that we were fighting is fine, but Tamarkan is doing nothing. Weird. How are these guys doing? Did they lose their main stack? No, they're still moving towards Nangao, which they might be able to take. They have aspiring champions, a ton of trolls. Interesting. Anyway, you're gonna go to Rotten Stone. I'm so salty about BEORG, I gotta say. You can reset your abilities, because we don't need you on field right now. Have Thor, I'm gonna have you get us a couple of... A moment. Oh, we have 2 Razor Standards. More for Bearman. Anyway, you can get the Beast Tamer. Oh, this doesn't include Etten? It does include Etten. I don't know. Alright, the Mountain Scout is going to go then to Sayl. And the rest of that is good, right? This is only for mammoths? Alright, so now, assuming that there is nothing here that will help us with the recruitment, this would power up our recruits slightly. It would cost spoils, though. I'm not sure it's worth it for just 4% whatevers. I guess we can... Okay, let's do this again. That's 100 spoils. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. Oh, we will want to upgrade this, which is going to cost 675, and we don't have a lot of that right now. Alright, fine. Upgrade the werewolf dens, warwolf dens. Close enough. And you... Oh, there is a recruitment cost reduction here in Summon the Chiefs, but at 10%, it's... Is it actually worth our time? Foregoing the growth for it right now, and the construction cost of buildings. Considering it includes construction costs, I'm not actually sure that it saves anything for us right now. Do we use 100 spoils? I mean, I guess it depends on whether we want to build more stuff, and I'm not sure that we have enough room to build too much more. I have to wait for armored skinwolves anyway for the skinwolves, but the Etten do want to pop into our army. Alright, fine. Build a couple of rune collars, but with slightly buffed stats. 100. 4%. Honestly, a 16% would be decent, but I don't think we're going to use that many manipulations. Right? It's probably not worth it. Screw it. Just go for the... just go for the 2 cursed rune collars. Yeah. What's your stats at? 70 and... Oh, actually, their stats are pretty high. Never mind. Even 4% would be something. Would it? Even if they're at 100, you'd only get 4 melee defense, which is not a lot, but... fine. Why not? Oh, actually, no, I changed my mind again, because I just realized we may need spoils in order to capture this, which we want to capture. Damn it. Alright, screw it then. Go for the rune collars, and we'll manipulations again. And this time we will go for... Hey, these guys did capture the territory. Though as to whether they keep it remains to be seen. Do we want to screw over Grimgore this time, maybe? He probably doesn't generate a lot of cash, whereas Golek does. You didn't peace out when we wanted you to peace out, so let's do this. And if we attack him again... Ooh, hello, Violet Trollblood. Hit points and weapon strength. I would like to give that to BEORG, but, you know. Frickin' game. City of the Shugengan. We'll hit you first. And we'll see whether it's worth capturing or not. It may very well not be. Out of resolve. So let's see what the options are. We can sack it for a tiny amount of cash. Yeah, we're not wasting 500 to colonize this one place. This will give us barely any spoils. We could just raise it as a dark altar. Yeah, fine. Chaos altar. I want to get to that first level. Hey, Lichbone Pennant. Nice find. Alright, pick that up. We can... I guess get the Marauding Militia. Again, I fear that it's not worth it to bother building these. And, oh, we don't care about the public order, so we can immediately pop up Despoilment. There we go. Free little bit of cash, why not? Alrighty, you guys, I would like you to go into raiding stance here. And you are going to sit in Pome and act as a defender. Oh, you can't do that because the spoils automatically get delivered to the Dark Altar. Damn, there goes that plan. On the bright side, though, you can also pop the... oh, we can only use that in one place at a time. Right. Memory of a goldfish, people. What can you do? It ain't getting better in my old age. Dark Tower. Let's upgrade the Worm Chasm here, giving us access to Dread Maws. Eastern Steps. We could upgrade... I mean, oh. These guys are probably going to take back Dragon's Crossroad. We could risk upgrading it and then hoping that we can get this up and running to properly have it be defensible. Iron Storm is probably... Well, there's no way that it becomes defensible. The garrison is too terrible. Alright, I'm going to risk upgrading you. Better not screw me on this game. Alrighty, and you, Kurstetten, are going to be ready in 2 turns. And we're going to do some unit swapping when you're back. Might even want some more Bearmen, depending on how many we want to keep with Sayl. But anyway, skip, 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 and turn. Alrighty. And I guess Evasion is going to be the next thing. And you're going to go here. Alright. Look here. You want a non-aggression pact. I haven't decided on that. Again, I do like your monsters. And they would function as a trade partner as well. It's not like we really care about competing for territory in Cathay because we have to pay spoils in order to go for non-Norsca lands. Maybe it's fine. Alright, fine. Non-aggression pact with you. I'd actually like to vassalize you, but, you know. 849 for trade agreement. You're lucky that it'll pay for itself. Nah. We probably just give him one of these territories and he'll be easily vassalized. Now, I wonder how much Dark Altars are worth in terms of trade value to other factions. I would assume less than regular regular things are. There we go, BEORG's back. Where? Where's he back? All the way out here. Okay. Ready for duty. Sayl, I would like you to go into march stance right beside this fella. And we're going to use Vitamar to attack you, and then we're going to pop BEORG back into your army to hopefully get that XP we've been hankering for. And go right here. Training. I wonder, can these be converted? They cannot by the looks of it. Oh well. Alright, then you will attack this, and Sayl will simply reinforce. Auto-resolve. And check if anybody would die, but I doubt it. And decent amount of cash for it. Lovely. Sacrifice captives. Alright, enemy killing battle, channeling staff, and then you can... I mean, you can raid for a turn. 83. Some money. Zatan's back. He's going for Nangao as well as Lothar. Man, poor Miao Ying. I like how these guys are not helping. They're just sitting in the bastion while it's long been breached and the lands to the south of it are very much in trouble. Anyway, folks, I think with that, we are out of time. This is probably a good place to call the episode. Next time, we will take Wei Jin, as we will want to keep it for that occupied Celestial Palace, and continue despoiling around here. May even go through the mountains. I'm thinking if we want more Norscan lands, we will have to go this way because, you know, most of the Norscan territory is here. So we will need to send well, probably several armies down there. And once again, since Tekala is up here, we'll admittedly keep at least one army in Cathay, but we won't probably stay here too long. Though it is tempting to get the defeat traits from both Jiao Ming and from Balthazar Gelt on our main army, because they both have good armor buffing defeat traits, and the Norscans can certainly use it. Could also send BEORG's army down there to do that. Hopefully he doesn't get, you know, assassinated again like a idiot. Anyway, more Sayl to come, so stay tuned. Don't forget to leave those likes and comments below. All glory to the algorithm, and thanks for watching.